So, I am extremely proud to say that I went 365 days, actually even and counting, without any alcohol. It was my New Year's resolution. First thing I realized was a lot of people, when I said I'm not drinking, they just assumed I was an alcoholic. And it kind of made me open my eyes to, holy shit, it's so ingrained in our society that people don't think it's normal to not drink alcohol unless it's absolutely destroying your life, which is strange, right? Um, I have no way of proving it, but like honestly, I think it just gave me a lot more spare time, a lot more spare cash. I have more energy, and it's like a compound effect, right? After work, I would go to like a tavern, and I would like talk to the bartender, and I would have like one or two or three, and then like I would never be drunk like enough to not be able to drive home or something. But even just those little bit, I think it added to draining my energy. And then yeah, there was nights of like going out with friends and getting wasted and spending a lot of money at a bar. And I think instead of those things, like honestly, I lost friends. I'm not gonna lie. There was people that just like didn't get me not wanting to drink. And it's like, holy shit, was this the only reason why we were hanging out? So, anyways, I think I got way more into the gym because that was a way of getting a high and like a release. It was going to the gym, and I moved back to Winnipeg in November, and I started going back to the gym, November 2022, and then I started going back to the gym around that time. But I think I just got way more into the gym in January of 2023, and I have gained 30 pounds since November of 2022 of muscle. Like I don't think I'm really fat or anything. And I'm not gonna lie, like my diet is complete shit. But I think me cutting alcohol is like the saving grace. And I called it the Donald Trump diet because I live a little bit outside the city right now, and I need to get better at cooking. It is a goal of mine. It's like this weird block I have with cooking. I've always had girlfriends that cooked, or like I worked in film, so they got like 3 meals a day kind of thing. But right now, my diet is not great. I eat like fast food once a day. I'm not proud of that, but it's like I'm still having a 6 pack. And I just think my saving grace is I don't drink. And I do go to the gym like every day. And I think it's just because I have more energy, and there is no like, I don't want to cop out and drink and escape. And yeah, like I'm not proud, like, I'm not proud of this, but like there was a lot of time I wasted time on Instagram still this last year, and near the end of it I got a lot better with my relationship with my phone. And it's like, okay, I'm not drinking this year. Next year I'm not smoking weed, because last year in 2023 I still smoked weed. I still like got really high, and to the point where it was like basically just like being drunk, like I was like falling over. And it's like, now I'm gonna cut that out, and let's see how much more clear-minded I get. I have no way of proving it, but I definitely feel like I have a lot more energy. And I think that comes from, one, the no alcohol, but then I also just went to the gym every day out of boredom instead of drinking. And I think from that, I just have a lot more energy, and I'm really proud to say that. And it was also just the fact of doing it, right? I also discovered, like, and this sounds bad, but I think I judged people that, like, especially near the end, like during, and like the two biggest times where it was like the most tempting was during Halloween and yeah, the last weeks of the year. It was really hard to not drink with friends at any Christmas dinners I went to. Didn't go see any family dinners. It was just people that are, well, there's people that I call my family, but they're not blood related, but it was really hard to not drink with them. And actually there is alcoholism on both sides of my family, so that's why I do avoid alcohol like the plague, and I'm going to continue to avoid alcohol. And New Year's Eve, I went to a party where like everyone was fucking wasted. There was drugs everywhere, and I just like had this realization, like this is the last New Year's in my 20s, because I'm 29 this year. I'm turning 30, and I was just like, why the hell am I even here? And one, like, they were grilling me about not drinking. They're like, what's wrong with you? But then I realized I don't want to fucking be friends with any of these people. Like, I don't want, like, what the hell, like, I don't want to be friends with people that every night or, like, on the weekends, they need to get so fucking wasted to forget all their worries. It's like, no, life is pain. Deal with your pain. Embrace your pain. You know what I mean? And one person that was grilling me, being like, why don't you don't drink? The person that was grilling me, she threw up like half an hour later, threw up all over herself, fell down a bunch. Oh, and then ended up walking around her house naked in front of a bunch of people. So it's like, yeah, that's one reason why I don't drink. Like, it's insane how people just can't see a life without it. And like, there's different levels of drinking. There's having one or two beers with your buddies, and I don't even think I want that, because I think that really adds up to an unhealthy lifestyle, and then that also leads to the night. If you're doing that, then it's like there are going to be a couple nights a year where you are getting completely wasted. And like, honestly, I'm in a town where there's not really great public transport, and I currently live outside of the main city in Manitoba, so it's just like I have to drive everywhere. It's a pain in the ass, and I'm so paranoid. And even when I was drinking, if I even had one or two beers, I'd be too paranoid to drive, to blow over the limit. And so I would just like sit and wait for hours, just to, like, so, and that was a lot of wasted time too. Anyways, I'm just really proud of myself for the discipline it took, and I overcame it. And I had some other New Year's resolutions that I totally blew, whatever, like, but it's like, while I'd cut out drinking, it was like, oh, I might as well do this to improve my life. I might as well do this to improve my life. Like, I became a lot happier.